Okay, it's Halloween night. You get home with your bag full of bounty, you dump it on the floor, you spread it around. You are ready to tear into all of this when suddenly you hear your mom or your dad from the other room say, "Jimmy, don't touch the Halloween candy yet until we have a chance to go through it." And now you have to wait until mom and dad can sort through and make sure that all the sweets are okay. Now the question, how many times did they actually find a razor blade in your candy? I want to introduce to you this afternoon Joel Best. Mr. Best is a professor of sociology and criminal justice at the University of Delaware. Professor Best, thanks for talking to us this afternoon.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, we're talking about something called Halloween sadism, giving contaminated treats to kids, and it's something that you have studied for years now. Why are you so fascinated with this?
I was in graduate school in the early 70s, and this story really took off then. And it struck me as ridiculous then. And people would get very upset when I said that. And so I finally decided to do some research in the 1980s. And I've updated the research every year. And the bottom line is that the total number of children that have been reported to have been killed or seriously hurt by a contaminated treat picked up in the course of trick-or-treating is zero.
Zero?
Zero.
So at what point in our history do you think people started saying, oh, there's somebody out there contaminating kids' treats?
Well, actually, there's an early version of this story from the 1950s where the story was that people would heat pennies on a skillet and drop the red-hot pennies into the outstretched hands of trick-or-treaters. But it really takes off in the 1960s. And the 60s and 70s, there are a lot of stories about this.
Wow. So at this point, is it fair to say it's pretty much an unfounded fear? Is this ever going to go away?
No, as far as I can tell, it won't go away. I've been given interviews like this since 1985. It's very interesting. I give the same interview every year. I've been on national TV. I've been in major magazines and so on and so forth. And people continue to believe that this is a danger. And frankly, if you want to check your child's treats, it's fine with me. I just don't think you need to. When my sons were young and trick-or-treating, I never checked their treats.
I'll be honest. I usually check my son's treats just to make sure he didn't eat all of them, because I ate some of them too. Anyway, what would be your overall message to parents?
Oh, I think Halloween is dangerous. It actually is the holiday where most children go to the emergency room, and that's because we send tens of millions of kids out into the dark on Halloween night. And they get hit by cars, they get tangled up in their costumes and fall down and hurt themselves. In the good old days, sometimes people were letting kids walk around with lighted candles and things like that. Those are really bad ideas. I don't think that you need to worry about poisoning.
There are some other things to worry about first. Professor Best, Joel Best with the University of Delaware, thank you so much for talking to us this afternoon.
Thank you.